Hey guys, just seeing who's online. Just for a quick test, can you go ahead and type into the sidebar if that's an option for you? Jill's here, Cassell, and Jason with you. Yeah, I've got a deadlift bar set up with some water jugs and a barbell. All right, so for equipment, hey Sarah, hey Kent, Jill. Okay. Let me see what else we need. We need the heaviest weights you guys have, a mat, and I think that's it. But if you've got like a barbell or any kind of, I've used a broom handle and some water jugs. That'll also work, but dumbbells should work for today's workout. All right, let's go ahead and awesome. Found a mat. Let's go ahead and get warmed up a little bit. I'm going to start us with a little side-to-side lunge. So we've got a lot of strength exercises today, which means we'll be using repetition ranges around 10 to 15 reps. For the warm-up, I'm going to have you just step a really big step to one side, do a little lunge, and try to feel a stretch on your inner thigh on that leg that's trailing behind you. Back up and over. Just hold a couple seconds out of each side. You can use your hands to support you on your legs or down on the floor, either one, whatever feels more comfortable for you. You do it with no support for a little higher intensity warm-up. 5, keep going there. Got the mat. Alta's here. Unfortunately, I don't have Indy for the workout today, but I'll bring out Max towards the end of the cat. Couple more here. All right, let's go ahead and do some walkouts. So we'll be doing some planks, some push-ups, that kind of stuff. So let's start by reaching down towards your toes. This is a good warm-up for your arms and shoulders. You should get your hamstrings a little stretched. Walk out. We can just hold in place and then slowly walk back up to the top. Feel a little stretch in your hamstrings each time you go to the floor and each time you come back up. If you're looking for a little more warm-up on this one for your shoulders and chest, go ahead and do a full push-up and then bring it back up top. If you want a little variation, we can walk out. Do a little twist to one side. We did these a couple workouts ago. A twist to the other and back up. There's 3. Let's do 2 more of those. Towards your toes. Walk out. Push up or just hold. 4. One more cycle. Take your time here. All right, swing your arms around a little. Let's do a backstroke. All right, looks good. Let's switch around the other way. Forwards. You can alternate arms. You do both at the same time. Go in and out with your arms. I alternate which direction I cross. So right over the top, left over the top. A few more of those. Let's do some windmills, which we're going to step your feet out wider. I'm gonna reach to one side, way up and across. I'm gonna bring that arm all the way down and across, and I'll do the same thing with the other arm. Over and across to the same side. Make up whatever pattern here you'd like. You can just reach over to one side, over to the other. You want to do these to the point where you're feeling like you're getting a little bit of a stretch, but you're not really pushing how much range of motion you can get. All right, let's bring it to one side, and we're doing a warm-up squat, so just start shallow. And we're going a little bit lower with each squat you perform. 3, 4. Should be getting lower and lower. 5 in, and a couple more reps. 6. You should be nice and low down there. 7, 8, 9. Last one, as low as you can go. And there's 10. Let's go ahead and do some jumping jacks. 30 seconds worth of work. If you guys have some music on, let me know what you're playing. I do a mix of like some pop workout, I do some electronic music, a little rock here and there. I like classic rock better more than the modern rock. So what are you guys jamming to? Ten seconds left. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, so like I said, today's going to be a strength workout. Where do we go there? Deadlifts. So find your heaviest set of weights. If it's a set of dumbbells, that's fine. I've got a setup where I've got a barbell and a couple water jugs. So if you don't have a setup for today, that's okay, but in the future, try to rig something up like this. So I'm going to start you with some deadlifts. I'm going to go from the side view. I'm going to start by hinging my hips behind me. So notice my back is nice and neutral, and I'm not letting my body round this direction. So shoulders are back, hinge your hips back. We're going to lower that barbell about halfway down your shins, and then pull back up to the top. Halfway down your shins, and pull, 2. Keep those repetitions going. I'm going to do some dumbbells where you can see my form a little bit better. 3. Halfway down my shin. 4. 5. If you're on the lighter side of things here, 6. Let's sort of go for about 15 reps. 7. If you've got some heavy weights, 8. It's okay to go as low as 10 reps. 9. 10. 11. 12. 3 left. 13. You should be able to wiggle your toes. 14. One more. 15. Keep a hold of your weights. And I'm going to have you do a rotating curl. So first set, my hands are facing my hips. And as I curl, I get a little rotation to where my hands now. So they face my hips at the bottom. And I rotate and face my shoulders at the top. 2. Same thing, 10 to 15 repetitions. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, all the way to 15 reps. 8. At the top of each one, if you try to squeeze your biceps a little more than you need to, you might get a little more benefit out of the exercise, especially if your weights are lighter than you need here. Let's go about 4 more repetitions. Tight squeeze at the top. And try to use your mind-muscle connection to think about which muscles you're trying to work here. So we're hitting those biceps right on the front part of your arm. 14, 1 left. And 15. Next up, we're going to a shoulder press. So I'll give your arms a little bit of a rest. We'll take more break today than we did on Friday. Just for a visual guide here, I'll start us off. So I've got my weights up on my shoulders. I'm going to push all the way overhead. And then back down. If I do a side profile, I want to make sure that as I do my push overhead, that I'm not leaning backwards into this. And that's a common mistake I'll see. So make sure you engage your core. We're going to push with keeping your hips underneath your shoulders. 2, 3, 4. If you're feeling any kind of pain or discomfort through your shoulders, feel free to play around with the position here. So you can go anywhere from out wide to a more neutral or narrow grip would be here, which is easier on a lot of people's shoulders. 6, 7. We can focus on the same thing with the mind-muscle connection. Try to feel your shoulders doing that work and squeeze them tight at the top of each repetition. How about 5 more of these guys? 5, your core is locked in place, not letting your back arch. 4, 3, 2, last one. Nice work, good. All right, I'm gonna set my lighter weights off to the side. I'm gonna go to the heavier weights here. And we're going back to the deadlift. All right, so my foot width should be about shoulder width apart. My weight is in my heels. I'm able to rock back and tap my toes. And at all times, even at the bottom of the lift, my head should be forward and you should be able to see my chest. 1. Let's go for about 15 here. 2. Remember to keep your shoulders packed. 3. And one thing that helps a lot of people is think of this as a little bit more of a hinge at the waist and not a reach towards the floor. 6. So this would be the correct form if you were to pick a box up from the ground or pick up something heavy where you're using your whole body to lift and not just your back, not just your legs, whole body exercise here. How about 5 more? 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Nice job. All right, those should wind you a little bit if you've got some heavy weights. So let's give yourself a little bit of time here. Shake your arms out. Get a drink if you need. We'll go to one more set on the bicep curls, and then one more set on that overhead press. All right, bicep curls. We're going to try to get your hands about shoulder width apart when you grab. If you're using your dumbbells, you can do that same sequence we did the first time, that little rotation. If you've got the bar, starting here, pull up, and then control your speed on the lower. 2. Let's see if we can get to 15 again. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Nice job. Keep rolling. 8, 9. Ooh, this is a little heavy for my curls. 10, 11, 12. I don't know if I can make it. 13. We got it. 2 more. 14. And 15 there. Woo! That wasn't bad much. I'm getting my strength in today. All right. Arms shake out a little bit. We're going to go for an overhead press on the next one. Let me see if I can get this set the right distance apart. All right, weight should start about chest level, top of your shoulders. Pushing overhead. 1, 2, 3. Remember to keep your core tight. 4, and not let your back arch. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Let's keep pushing. 10 in. How about 5 more? 5, 4, 3, 2. Got it. Nice job. Let's get a little drink. Squat, row, benches. So if you do have something you can do some dips on today, like I'll use the edge of my box again. That's where we're lowering down and pushing up. So the edge of your chair, edge of your couch. Please get that ready or accessible. We're gonna go for a combination of 3 more exercises here. So we're starting off with squats. If you've got dumbbells, you can hold that in a variety of positions. You just kind of rest them up on the top of your shoulders. Some people like to hold them in a little position here, right tucked into the chest. Make sure that you're not holding those out away from you though. Or you just kind of hold them in your arms here. So for my squat, my feet are just slightly wider than shoulder width. Again, my weight's in my heels. And if you can see my feet, I've got just a little angle out to the side, not a lot. And then from there, we're gonna slowly lower. Weight should be on your heels, and then drive up to the top. So if we count off 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, and then 1 Mississippi back to the top. It should take you that 2 seconds to get to the bottom, and we power up a little quicker than you lower. 4, I'll go a side view. 5, try not to give yourself much break at the top. 6, and go right into that next repetition. 7, 8, keep working there. Let's see if we can get to 15. 9, 10, 11, 12, 3 left. 13, 14, 15, good. Next up, upright rows. You can use 1 dumbbell or both dumbbells. We're gonna keep those in close together. Actually, the ends of the dumbbells touching each other. And we're gonna pull those up close to your chest with your elbows higher than your hands at the top of the repetition. So one mistake, I wanna make sure you're not doing this. Elbows go a little higher than your hands. And from the side view, I'm keeping it close to my chest. 2, 3, let's keep those going. Same thing, 15 reps. 4, 5, 6. Again here, we can practice keeping your core in tight on all these exercises. 7, 8, it doesn't just have to be the ones where we're pushing overhead or holding a plank or something like that. Try to practice it during most exercises that you're performing. It'll help stabilize your core and keep your back in a safer position. 10 here. Let's see if we can do 5 more with that same slow control on the lowering phase. 5, 4, 3, 2, and you got them. Good. All right, we're gonna go to those bench dips. And for these, if you want to use your dumbbells or weights on top of your lap, let's see what I can do. I'm gonna set it up to where, see if I can balance those weights here. So they go across my hip, right where I'm hinged. I'm gonna step out. I'm gonna slowly lower and push back up to the top. And again, this is one where I want to get a little extra squeeze at the top of that lift on my triceps. So use your mind-muscle connection, squeeze. Good. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Notice I'm going slow and steady on that way down. 10. Should take about 2 seconds to get down there. 11. 4 more. 4, 3, 2. Got it. All right, we'll set those back off to the side. When I go for those squats, you can use dumbbells up close to you. This second round, I'm going to use my big barbell. I'll just toss it across my back and do that same set of squats. Let's give your arms a little shake out. On our strength days, you can take a little more rest in between your sets just to help your muscles recover before you start that next round. On days where we're doing cardiovascular stuff or trying to keep a quicker pace to keep your heart rate going, that's when you can give yourself a little less time in between sets. All right, we got our weight set up. Remember on this one, we're gonna set our feet shoulder width or a little wider. Toes angle out just slightly. Weights on your heels, even as we get to the bottom of the lift. And then Exhale to the top. 2 seconds down. 1 second on the return. 3, 4, 5. Good job on the control down. 6. Try not to give yourself any break at the top. A little break as your fatigue is okay. But as long as you can keep moving, try to keep moving. 5 more, nice slow, low reps. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. All right. Shake your arms, give yourself a little breather. If you're doing a heavy squat, that should wind you just a little bit. All right, weight-wise, I'm going to see how this feels for my rows. I think I can do that. We'll see. I don't know. All right, you guys ready? Hand grip should be about 5 or 6 inches apart. A little narrower than your shoulders. Are you ready? Pull up. 1. Keeping that close to your chest. 2, 3. My elbows stay a little higher than my hands. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We're getting close. 5 more. Hold. 5, 4. I'm losing it. 3, 2, and 1. Nice job. Whew. All right. Keep your arms a little break. We'll go back to 1 more on those dips. So again, we're trying to squeeze your triceps, the back of your arm. Try to make sure those do most of the work. Our secondary movers are the front of your shoulders and your pecs on the front. If you can find a way to situate your weights on your lap, let's go for it. Just body weight is also okay. All right, you ready? Slowly lower. Pop up. So 2 seconds down. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Almost there. 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. All right, little break for your arms. Let's take a minute to get a drink too. How's everybody doing, okay? All right, we got some more legs coming up. We're gonna do a side lunge to a shoulder press. And we'll also get your mat out here in just a minute after this exercise too. So, we need a variation of a side lunge on the warm-up. I'm gonna keep either one or both weights up close to my chest. I'm gonna side lunge, which means I'm gonna step a big stride out. I keep my weight over that foot that I stride out with. Then at the top, I'm gonna go overhead, just one of those weights. So if I step with my right foot, right hand goes up. 2, 3, keep going there. Yep, feeling swole. Good. Should be a 4. We'll call this one 5. 6, we're going to 4 more on this side. 7, get as low as you can go on that lunge. 8, 9, 1 left. And 10. All right, catch your breath for a little. We'll mimic that same motion, this time with your other leg, other arm working. You're ready, set, big side lunge. At the same time, does the push overhead. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's see how low you can go in that lunge. Way down. 5, 6, 7, 8, almost there. 9, and there's 10. All right, breathe up. Whew. All right, I'm gonna pull my mat out where you can see me. All right, we've got a standard plank. I'm going to time this for a full minute worth of hold. So let me show you a few things that I'm looking for as you plank that you may not have tried. So from our forearms or your elbows, when we kick our legs out straight, I want to make sure that if I look at your low back, we don't have an excessive amount of drop like that. So I want to squeeze the front of my hips towards the front of my rib cage, and that'll create just a little upward round. And that's going to put your back in a safe position. So let's go ahead and take it up and hold right here. I've got straight knees. My belly's squeezed in towards my spine. And my hips are squeezed up towards my rib cage on the front side of my body. So we've got 10 seconds in. Let's see if we can hold a full minute worth of hold. Your elbows should be stacked right underneath your shoulders. If this is feeling a bit easy, you can step your feet or wiggle your feet backwards. That'll increase the intensity of your hold. If it's feeling a little bit too challenging, you can come down to your knees and hold that same position here. Keep on holding in place. A little bit of shaking is normal. And we're coming up on 20 seconds left. Almost there. 10 seconds to go. Keep your form. If your form's starting to break, go ahead and modify or come on down. 3, 2, 1, and a little break. Let's sit back over your feet. All right, for the next one, let's get one or both of your weights, and we're going to use these as an anchor for another core exercise. So I'll go to my back. I'm going to start with just one of these weights over my chest. I'm going to hold on to it with both hands. I want to think of this as an anchor for my upper body. If you need both weights, you can also grab hold of those. That'll provide you a little more stability. And go both legs up. So lighter intensity would be to lower one leg and then pull back to the top. You should have your low back pulled to the floor and not arching off the ground. 2. Let's keep alternating those legs, nice and slow. 3, 4. If you need more intensity, drop both legs at the same time. Make sure your back isn't falling off the ground. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Let's see if we can make about 14 reps. 10. And we've got an even 7 and 7 out of each side. 11, 12, 13. One more. And 14. Good. All right, if you need a little stretch after that one, over to your belly, push up and give those abdominal muscles a little break. That should feel pretty good. All right, arms a break. We'll slowly make our way back up to your feet. All right, so weights up close. We're going to start with, I'm going to go right leg to the side at the top. I go right hand up in the air. 1. Right leg to the side. Right hand up for 2. 3. 4. 5. 6. Let's go 4 more repetitions. Make sure that leg that you're lunging on, the one that steps out to the side, keeps the weight back in the heel again. 8. Make sure you're not all up in the toe of your foot. 9. And 10. Or break for your arms. Catch your breath. So when I keep my weight in my heel, you can see me from the side here, it's going to help engage a little bit my glutes and hamstrings more. If I go all up in the ball or toe of my foot, it's going to be a quad dominant exercise. And it's good to work your quads, but we don't want to overwork them. We want to work those big muscle groups in harmony. Ready? Big step to the side, up and together. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. One more. And there's 10. All right, weights are going to go down to the side. We've got one more 1-minute plank. So remember, if you feel your form breaking, go ahead and stop that plank. Go ahead and or modify it. I don't want you to do anything that's going to be hurting your back. So remember, if I'm looking at you from the side, we want to have your hips squeezed up towards your rib cage. If I pull my shirt tight, I shouldn't have much gap, so I don't want to let it arch this way. So don't pop your booty out. Tuck it in. All right, you ready? Set, and go. Belly squeezed in, legs are straight at the knee. You're trying to keep your chest pushed away from the ground. So on this, it's easy to let yourself get lazy and get your chest down there close to your elbows. Try to keep it pushed up and away. Doing well at 20 seconds in already. Let's see if we can get 3 times this time. Going for a full minute count. 30 seconds left. We're 2/3 of the way through. Let's go 20 more seconds. Who can hold? Keep going, keep going. 10 seconds. Hold through the shake, hold through the burn. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And let's sit back over your feet for a little break. Let's give your arms a little rest. The next one, we're going to use one or both of your weights. We're laying over on your back. And we're doing those single leg or double leg drops. If that's feeling a little challenging for you, one modification you can make here is instead of starting with your legs all the way straight, you're going to start with a bent knee. And you're still doing a leg drop down to the floor and pulling back up with just a little less intensity. So start with, if you can, both feet up, one leg down and up, other leg down and up. 2, low back squeeze into the ground. 3, the weights above your chest should stay anchored. 4, and try not to wiggle them too much. 5, 6, 7, we're halfway through. 8, 9, 10. If you're feeling strong, go ahead and challenge yourself in these last few, both legs. 4, 3, 2, and 1. And slowly make your way back up. Try not to stand too fast after doing exercise on the floor. It can get you a little lightheaded. So I'll make my way up to seated, kneeling for a second, and then gradually work your way all the way back up to your feet there. All right, next up we've got swings. So if you don't have a kettlebell, that's okay. You can still use your dumbbells. Kettlebell is just nice because we can have both hands holding a firm grip on there as we do a swing. We can do the same thing with the dumbbell. You can either hold this direction. That's how I hold onto it, so I'm grabbing the top of the weight. You can also hold both hands holding onto it there, or whatever you're more comfortable with. Both hands on each side. So let's start here. I'm going to go a little wider than shoulder width apart with my feet. Try not to go too wide on these things. So just a little wider than shoulder width. Let me show you what I'm looking at from the front. Weights in my heels again, especially as I get down to the bottom. I don't want to go up on my toes. So from here, I'm thrusting forward. And that motion is coming from my hips, low back, and hamstrings. 1, 2, let's go to 20. 3, if you got both weights, keep going. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Try to squeeze your glutes at the top of each repetition. 12, 13, 14, 15. Looks good. 5 more to go. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. There's a 20. So again, I should feel that on the posterior chain. Low back, glutes, hamstrings, and make sure if you're feeling it here in your quads, you may be getting too squatty in that motion. Let's make sure we hinge backwards and forwards. Next up, push-ups. I'm going to take this at same speed. 2 seconds on the lower, 1 second on the up phase. 2 seconds on the lower, 1 second on the up phase. So for the modified version, you can go from your knees. So feet are up in the air. I try not to pivot or kick my feet. I just want to keep them about locked in that same position. If I'm going from the floor, you go from your hands. Or if you want a little more depth, let's make it challenging and go from your dumbbells. That'll get you a little lower in the repetition. You ready? And we're slowly lowering. 2 seconds. 1 second to the top. Mississippi, 2, Mississippi. 2, 1, Mississippi, 2, Mississippi. 3, 1, Mississippi, 2, Mississippi, 4. Let's keep that pace going. 5, 6. If you can make it 15, I'll take you all the way there. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Try to keep your core in tight, just like you did with the plank. 13. How about 2 more? 14. 15. All right, let's give those arms a break. You should mainly feel chest, front of your shoulders, and back of your arm, those triceps again. The next exercise I call a reverse sit-up. So, from the floor, my hands anchor me to the side, so I get a little bit of support out of these guys. I'm going to start with my legs all the way extended. And to do this, I lift and then push my hips up off the floor. So I'm reaching my toes straight up above my chest. Make sure that we're not going backwards this way. Okay? If that's a little challenging, we're going to go just the knees. So we tap your feet, and then lift the knees. Tap your feet, lift your knees. So let's go for the full one if you can. To the floor, up in the air. Let's see if we can do about 10 more of those. Lift, lift. 2, 3. The important part is controlling on the way down. 4. I'm okay with a little momentum on the way up, as long as you slowly lower. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and there's my 10. All right, again, let's go to your belly for just a minute. Push up and give those muscles a little break. All right. I haven't done a water break in a little bit. Let's get you a little drink. Let me know how you're doing with this workout today so far. Hard? Are you working up a sweat? Are your muscles hitting fatigue? That's Jill's motto. I love push-ups. I'm gonna slowly bring us back to the swings. All right. Water both your weights. Feet wider than shoulder width, just a little. And let's go for 20 repetitions. Ready? Power from your glutes. 2, 3. Keep your shoulders packed back. 5, 6, 7, 8. And notice these are a little quicker than most exercises that we perform. 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. 2 left. 19. And 20. Good. So if you want to keep or develop nice glutes, that's one of the best exercises for your butt. So swings, squats, lunges, hip bridges, all those for the glutes. All right, next up, push-ups. So we can go modified. I'm going to do the next few modified for those following along this way. So tight core. I want to make sure that my hips aren't too high. I want them down in a straight line. Ready? 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi on the lower, push back up to the top. 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, push. Let's go for all the way to 15 if whoever can make it. 3, 4, 5, 6. Keep working there. I'll switch back to the dumbbells. 7, 8, 9, 10. You have 5 more. Let's see them. 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, a little break. We'll go one more on the reverse sit-ups when you give yourself a little bit of a break. All right, making your way down to your mat. Hands are out to the side to support you. When you lift your legs up in the air, try to put a little pressure in your hands. That's going to help you get your feet a little bit higher, as well as control in the lower phase. Are you ready? Set. We're going to straighten your legs. Lift, lift, and then reverse. 1. Lift, lift, reverse. 2, 3, 4. If your back arches, limit how far down you go. Just to here. If you notice your back arch is there, go ahead and start lifting again. 5, 6. If you can get to the ground, try it. 7, 8. Maybe 4 more reps here. 9, 10, 11. And there's my 12. All right. Let's come on up. One more little drink, and I'll move us on. All right. So for the next one, I got a little stool. If you got like your fireplace mantle, Jill, that'd be perfect. You don't have to have something here behind you, but it's just going to help us do our split squat. So let me go further out where you can see me. Something like a bucket would be fine. The edge of your stairs. All right, one foot's up. I've got a good distance between that foot and the one out in front of me. That way when I lunge down, this knee isn't traveling too far past my toe out in front of me. I'm only going to go for about 10 to 12 per side. If you want to try grabbing your weights, let's give it a shot. That foot goes behind you. This could be a challenging exercise even without weights. So if you start with no weights and power, if you feel like you need a little bit more load, then go to your weights. 2, 3. Get as low as you can get that other leg down towards the floor. 4, 5, 6, 7. Shoulders are back, chest is up. Try not to let yourself fold forward on this one. 8. I want your chest remaining high. 9. How about 3 more? 10. 11. And 12. That one should burn. Mainly that leg that's out in front of you. The leg that's supporting you up in the back should get a little work as well, but just not quite as much as the other one that's out in front. Okay. Let's switch legs. All right, you ready? Shoulders back. Slowly control the lower. Drive up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Like most of our leg exercises, 6. We want to make sure that we're not going all up in the toe here. 7, 8. 4 more to match. 4, 3, 2, and got it. All right, there's your 10 and 10. Let's keep a hold of your weights. We're going to hold both weights straight out in front of your elbow. So we're starting with them about halfway up on the curl. So if I were to do a curl lower to high, I want to be about halfway down. So I've got one arm holding that position. The other arm's going to go ahead and do a full count of 10. Down and up. 1, 2, 3, 4. So the side that's repping should be working. 5. Doing some concentric and eccentric contractions. And then the side that's holding is also doing some work, just doing an isometric. 7. Oh, he's back. 8, 9. One more. There's your 10. We're going to hold this one halfway. Do the same thing for the other. 10 repetitions. 1, 2. Put your head, buddy. 3. Hey. 4. 5. He just got back from a run with Kelsey. 6. He's a happy boy. 7. 8. 9. One more. And there's your 10. Shake those arms out a little. All right, next up, we're going to go for an overhead tricep extension. Let me go grab a seat where you can see me here. So from here, I start with my weights together, like this. My elbows are going to be about shoulder width apart. Slowly lower, and then all the way overhead. 1, 2. So from the front, I'm here. 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm going all the way to 15 on these. 7. Let's see who can hang. 8, 9, 10. Looking good. 5 more repetitions. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. We're going to keep a hold of those weights, and we're going for some lateral raises. So slide over, and shoulders are back. You can do this standing or seated. Out to the side, slowly lower. 1, 2, 3. If you have heavier weights, these may be a little challenging, so do what you can. 4. If you've got a lighter set, you can also switch to those. 5, 6. For a lot of you, 5 to 10 pounds would be just as much as you need here. 7, 8, 9, 10. I'm going to go for 5 more reps. 5, 4, 3, 2. Last one. Nice job. Good. I'm going to bring my step back where you can see me. I've got to hold my weights. I'm going to step 1 foot up to the platform. All right, going for that Bulgarian split squat. Let's see if we can match 10 repetitions. If you need something to balance with, that's also okay. Tap your knee to the floor if you can. 1, 2, 3. Shoulders back, chest up. 4. If you don't have that box, just put 1 foot back there behind you. Try to keep your weight in the front. 5. And feel that front leg doing most of the work. 6, 7, 8. 2 more. 9. And there's my 10. Keep track of which leg you had out in front. That's easy to lose track of. So I had my right one out there. I'm gonna go ahead and switch it to my left leg in front of me. Other leg up and back. You're ready, set, and lower. 1, 2. 2 seconds on the lower phase. About 1 second to the top. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. One more. And there's my 10. All right, I've got my dumbbells. I'm gonna hold them halfway up and into a curl. Right here. One side goes all the way down and up. 1, 2. I'm gonna see if we can make it to 15 per side. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I'll show you the side angle here. 11. Now what I'm just holding steady at the halfway point. 12, 13, 14. Last one. 15. I'm gonna hold this one halfway. Switch over to the other arm doing the work. 1, 2, 3. Notice my elbow stays right underneath my shoulder. 4. And I'm not letting it pull all the way up here in front and behind me. So I don't want to swing my arm here. I want to keep it right underneath my shoulder. Where are we at? 8. Sounds right. 9, 10. We've got 5 more to go. 5, 4, 3, 2. Last one. Nice job. We're going to let those arms shake out just a little. We're going for those overhead tricep extensions next. I'll bring it down where you can see me again. All right, weight's going to go behind your head. Elbows over your shoulders. Elbows over your shoulders. 1, 2. Again, all the way to 15. 3, 4. Give me the best range of motion you can get on the way down. 5. You can get those weights to tap the upper portion of your back. Give it a try. 7, 8, 9, 10. Almost there. 11, 12, 13, 14, and 15. I'm going to bring it back up to a standing position. I'll give you a few seconds to shake your arms a little here. And we're going for those lateral raises out to the side with your weights. Ready, set, and lift. 1, control that lowering phase. Try not to let them just drop. 2, again, we're about a 2-second lower. 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi. 1 second on that way up. About 10 more repetitions. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Last one. Nice job. All right, I'm going to do, let's see, how much time we got left here? 52. Let's go ahead and start cooling down just a little bit. So let's go for a couple stretches, and I'll let you guys go here in just a few minutes. So let's start by doing a forward fold down your toes, hinge down. Try to keep your knees, if you have a little bend, that's okay, but try to keep them as straight as you can as you lower. Everybody's got a little different flexibility, so do the best you can, reaching towards the floor. We want to feel the back of your legs, your hamstrings, maybe a little bit into your calves. You may get a little back in your back, but try to make sure you feel most of that stretch through the back of your legs. If you're looking for a little variation on this one, we can cross one foot over the other and do that same forward fold. And you should feel a little more stretch in the back of your leg there, the leg that's behind you. But if you have to switch legs on that one. Same forward fold. All right, if you can find a seat either on the floor, you can bring your feet in together, pry your knees down to the side. This is also one you can do on the edge of the couch or chair. We're just going to drive your knees outward with your elbows, whatever one's more comfortable for you here. So just trying to feel the inner thighs getting a stretch or a pull. We work these as we did those side lunges and stepping back together. The next one I'll have you do from a seated position on the edge of a chair or a box is prop one foot onto your other knee. And from that position, we're going to pry down just a little on that knee that's up top. If you're not quite feeling a stretch there, bring your knee a little closer and lean forward into your pole. And we should feel the hip of whatever leg you have up on top of your other knee. So you should feel kind of deep on the outside of that hip as you hinge forward into the stretch. This is an easy one to do as you're at home, especially if you're still doing computer work. Prop the leg up, lean forward into it, and get the outside of your hip here. Good stretch. Switch sides. I support this ankle with my hand. I drive down on this knee, and then I hinge forward into the stretch. If you don't have a chair or something that high, you can do this one on the floor. We prop one knee up to your other leg, and you're going to pull that up towards you in that position. All right, let's finish out with a hip flexor stretch. So again, if you're doing computer work, that's step 1 foot behind you. Notice that my heel is up on that foot. I'm going to tuck my hips. Imagine your hips are a bowl. I'm going to spill water out of the back of the bowl and then drive forward, and I should feel below my hip here. Thanks, Jill. All right, last little stretch here. All right, again, so if you guys haven't subscribed to the channel, hit the subscribe button. Maybe like the video when you first come into it. That way I've got some likes and subscriptions, and eventually I might be able to get a little monetization from this. In the future, I'll let you know kind of what's happening business-wise for me, but right now I'm planning on just doing all my workouts online live for everybody who wants to join. If you do want to do like some one-on-one workouts, just give me a shout and I'll try to schedule those in to my calendar. But other than that, thanks for coming. Thanks for working out with me. And I hope to see you again on Wednesday, 4 o'clock. Thanks, guys. Bye.